So, hello everybody. We are talking from France, Marseille, where the weather is fine today. 12 degrees, but a big sun. And as you will see, if you join this program and come here, you will be in the town where there is the most of sun in France. So it's a very, very cool thing that the weather is always fine, and temperature from June to September are between 20 and 35 degrees. And then in winter, like now we are in winter, it's about between 12 and 20 degrees, but nothing too cold. So it's quite good. So let's begin. We are going to talk about a program that can change the world and yourself, because it's focused on environmental engineering and also management. So the speakers today are Olivier Boiron and 𝗂𝘃𝗶𝗿𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 topics. Then we will hear Léon. Léon is a current student. He's studying here for the moment, so he will tell you about his day-to-day life. And then Camila, with an alumni, she's working now in Marseille. She's coming from Argentina, and she will explain why she chose this program and how the school helped her to find a job in France. And then Alice will tell you everything about the application process and accommodation, tuition fees, grants, everything. So let's begin. The agenda I told you already. So the school, student life, career booster, and all you need to know to apply. And then, of course, prepare your questions because this is the most important. You will have the opportunity to ask questions to all the speakers and to check if this program matches your expectations and profile. So stay here, prepare your question. You can put it in the chat also all along the webinar, and we will see if we wait until the end of if we can answer your question during the webinar. Just a small geography point where we are in the world. So we are in France. France is in the middle of the world, I would say, because you have America, Asia, Africa. So it's in the middle, and France is in the middle of Europe. And we are here in the south of France on the Mediterranean Sea. So where we are, Centrale Méditerranée, Centrale Méditerranée is here in the south. I don't know if you see my mouse. Well, okay, super. And Paris is a 3 hour 30 by TGV. TGV is a high-speed train we have in France. Very convenient. You can book online, and in 3 hours you're in Paris. And of course, what all students do, they travel a lot in Europe because we are really central, and it's a hub of transportation. So it's very easy and cheap to travel in Spain, Italy, and Germany, Netherlands, and you can do that with your students visa when you will be here. So now I'm going to let the floor to Olivier Boiron, the program director, is going to present you the school and the program.
Okay, thank you, Véronique. So hello to everybody. So I'm Olivier Boiron. I'm a professor in fluid mechanics. And so we are talking about Centrale Méditerranée, where is hosted the program, this master program. And in fact, Centrale Méditerranée belongs to a group named Groupe of Écoles Centrales of 5 schools in France and 3 schools abroad. So you see, we have 1 school in Lyon, 1 over in Nantes, 1 in Paris, Centrale Supélec, and 1 in Lille. Each of these schools are like university, okay, and we are independent, but we are deeply specialized in engineering science, okay. So as I said, we have also 3 schools abroad, 1 in Beijing, in China, 1 in India, in Mahindra, Aldebarad, sorry, and the last one in Casablanca, in Morocco. So with all these schools, inside this group of École Centrale, we share, in fact, the program of engineering that we use to train the students here. So, next slide, please. Okay, so just to focus on Centrale, we have been created in 2K3, but as it's written here, with strong roots because it's in fact the union of 5 older schools. And it's why we have, you see, more than actually 15,000 alumni at Centrale Méditerranée. Currently, we have almost 1,200 engineering students at the school. You will see that we have very, very strong research at Centrale. So we have almost 450 PhD students here in the labs that are abroad, in the neighborhood of Marseille. So the academic staff at Centrale is about 65 persons, 100 for the administrative and technical staff. But we have more than 100, now I think it's more 120 to be clear, visiting lecturer coming from research institute or from industry and partners. Okay. So we have also a lot of researchers, so about 400, that also give some courses here at Centrale. And so we have 7 world-class labs that I will introduce you in a few minutes. So the campus is really international. So we have more than 25 nationalities on campus. I think that the main one are from Brazil, China, Morocco, probably. And we have 2 campuses. So next slide. So here we are at Marseille, and it's in that place that the main part of the master program is taught. And we have another one in Nice, where in fact the part smart cities, I will explain you, is teach for the M2. So in France, engineering studies, it's mandatory to have an international mobility during your education. And so it's why for our engineering students, we have many partnership, academic partnership all around the world. It's about 100, I think, this year. And the students are going to these partners for minimum 1 semester of credit exchange or for double degree. Next. So we offer to foreign students many programs. Here you have a focus on graduate programs. Of course, you have the topic of today, so the Master in Complex System Engineering, with 2 tracks, one dedicated to environmental engineering, one to biomedical engineering, and the last one in Nice about smart cities. So we have also an institution diploma. It's more for professionals in artificial intelligence. And we have also master that we share with Aix-Marseille University, which is not far from us. And we have, I think, something like 13 master co-accredited with Aix-Marseille University. We have also several labs, as I said you. So the main research institutes that belong to us are in mechanics. So we have 3 labs. Mine is, for instance, 𝗊𝗴𝗶. It's more specialized in fluid mechanics. The one of Frédéric is the last one, M2P2, is more about mechanical modeling and also nuclear engineering, I can say. But we have, you see, mathematics, chemistry, physics, and photonics at Fresnel Institute, and also economy. And so all the researchers and guys that are inside these research institutes, will give you some courses during the 2-year programs of the master. So we have also some associated research institute that do not belong to us, but where it's possible to apply, of course, for internships if you are interested in the field that are written here. Okay. Thank you. So it's also the role somewhere of an engineering school to train students for corporates, and it's why we have many partnerships with a big company, or probably you know some of them, Airbus. We have the headquarters of 𝗊𝗶𝗃𝗵𝗏, not far from the school. EDF is where is working actually Camilla. She will explain you better than me, probably, but it's the main electrical supplier in France. It's a national one, and many other companies. So just to understand how it works, in fact, for engineering in France, the students are not going to the new university, but in school like Centrale, that we call École d'ingénieurs in French, or engineering school. And so it's a program in 5 years that give at the end of the curricula a master degree. And so you can see on this slide that for this master program, you are in line, if I can say, with the year 4 and year 5 of the engineering program. And so during your stay here at Marseille, you will share several courses. I think it's about 1/3 mainly courses with the students of the engineering program. At the end of your master program, you can go to apply for a PhD, okay? And so here in Marseille or everywhere in Europe, in the world, because it's a master you have, so it's the diploma you need in order to start a PhD. And you can go also with other master students, so there are about 90. You can go directly to work, like Camilla, for instance, will explain. So just a few words about environmental engineering track. It is a part of this master program in what we call complex systems engineering. So what is it? So complex system is something that you see cannot be solved without in-depth engineering knowledge. There is no single or obvious solution. And so in order to tackle that kind of issue, you need to have a strong background in science, in management, in all the skills that are important to understand how it works. Okay? So it's why inside this program, we offer, in fact, not one diploma, but 2. The national master degree, okay, that allow you to apply to a PhD. And this master is accredited by the French Ministry of Higher Education. Okay? And a second diploma, which is more in line with professional skills that are required in order to work in the professional world, in fact. So you will learn here how to manage teams, how to work with international teams, a lot of things like this. Okay. So, as I said, this master program has, in fact, 3 different tracks: environmental engineering, biomedical engineering, and smart cities. So smart cities, it's just 1 year, the M2, so the second year of the master. And it's in the city of Nice at IMRED. IMRED means Mediterranean Research Institute in Environmental and Sustainable Development. And it's a partnership we offer you with the University of Nice. So next.
Okay, so thank you, Olivier, for this presentation. So as you understood, this environmental track is part of a bigger program. It's a MScT. It's a 2 years master, so M1, M2. Alice will explain you how you can eventually enter directly M2. Now Frédéric is going to explain the content of this environmental track and all the professional experience you can gain by following these studies.
Okay, thank you. Hello to everyone. I'm 𝗀𝗃𝗶𝗶𝗶. So I'm associate professor in mathematics at Centrale. And so I'm going to give you more information about the course that we are interested in. So first, you have a general overview of how the hours are distributed in the course. And in Centrale, we believe that science is at the core of the teachings that are required for you to tackle the problems you will face in your professional life. And so you have a majority of scientific courses on which we build on the large number of active researchers we have as part of the academic staff to transmit you high-level scientific content. At the same time, we are in engineering schools, and we know we are preparing young working professionals, and so you will have also a large amount of teachings on soft skills that will prepare you for your professional life. Large fraction of projects and seminars as well, where you can be involved more actively, individually in your teachings and really apply the techniques and use the knowledge you gained over the course. Finally, in Centrale, we train students that are going to be working in an international context. And so you have systematically courses in foreign languages, so for 88 hours over the course of the degree. You see that the degree is a 2-year full-time diploma, which is given fully in English. And where you have a strong point with this, which is that you have 8 months of internships, which is really something important for you to further your prospects in terms of your career, to become more accustomed to the professional world and find the job you want to get later on. So in terms of the course, I'm not going to give you all the details about the program. We have in the first year, we have a first semester which is dedicated to propedeutics. So in this semester, you acquire general knowledge, transverse knowledge that will prepare you for the remainder of the degree. So this is very broad. It goes from fluid mechanics, computer science, chemical engineering, geomatics, management. And so you will have, as usual, seminars, conferences, and a first internship, in a research lab, in order to get yourself used to this world and see what is expected in terms of production when you work in a research lab. Second semester is is oriented towards environment more clearly, where you will share time with the students, engineering students of the school, and you see, so we have some of the courses that are given here, all the courses, green chemistry, environmental monitoring, renewable energy. So it's very broad. I'm not going to give you more details about this. You can find all of this online. You have a second internship here, summer internships, this time in a company. So this time to get used to the corporate world and see what expects you there. Second year, you have 1 semester of teachings only. It's a long semester where you will have more advanced teachings. So again, it's broad, it covers many fields of environmental engineering. So you have, for example, bioprocesses, where you have water management, geophysical flows, computer science. So it's very broad. And again, you have the usual language classes, projects, and you have some electives that you will choose in this semester from a broad choice. Second semester, then, it's the last step towards your professional life. So it's very important for all the students. It's a very good opportunity for you first, probably to find a company where you might work later on, or maybe just give you an experience that you will be able to, well, to use to find another job in a company that interests you even more. Yeah. So in terms of the relevance of the degree, we give you tools to address many of the issues that are posed, for example, by climate change. So we have issues in terms of urban warming, so that's urban design, that is addressed. So that's probably more for 𝗬𝗏𝗔 later on, but that's one of the issues. Energy efficiency, if you want to reduce CO2 emissions, water management, which is clearly more and more important as the resource becomes more scarce in many areas in the world. For the agriculture, then you have problems, aridity, soil erosion, desertification that you have to address, and you will have tools for this. Air pollution, so that's the sources of pollution, how it's transported, how the chemistry of all this works, green processes, and risk management as well, with all the extreme events we see more and more. Again, that's something that's important. Just to give you a flavor of the complexity, just of the previous slide, you have this map on the left, which shows you an example of study on land use planning. I'm not going to give you the details, but if you think of it, you'll see how complex this issue can be. Okay, next slide. In Centrale, we are very connected to the professional world, to the real world, and we systematically have presentations from professional engineers and researchers from the industry, which are going to give you short overviews of specific fields, so as to further your knowledge of these fields. We have a connection also to industry through the tools. You will see specific software packages for environmental monitoring and planning. And again, the last connection, the internships, which are really key to your career in the future. To give you an idea of the students we receive in this degree, we currently have 29 students, 10 women, 19 men, so it's not completely balanced, but it's not too bad.
On the way.
Yeah, we have an average age which is of 25 years old, and you see that we have a large diversity of nationalities that are represented in the diploma. So Cameroon, China, I'm not going to give the full list, but it's really diverse, and you have 29 students, 15 nationalities, so it gives you an idea of the diversity. In terms of the backgrounds, also, we have a large amount of backgrounds. You have bachelors of sciences in chemistry, water and civil engineering, environmental engineering, naval architecture, engineering, and so on. So really broad choice of academic backgrounds to come into this degree. For the internships, you will be able to benefit from many of the opportunities we present at Centrale. First, we have the labs for the research. So as 𝗀𝗏𝗃 told you previously, we have several labs very close to us where you will be able to find internships quite easily. You see that, again, there's a large choice of topics that are addressed. So one example would be the acoustic characterization of sound absorbers, in a physics lab. You see the details of the other internships. Really, you see that there's broad choice and probably something that is interesting to you. For the companies, Centrale Méditerranée is a renowned institution which is recognized from industrial entities around us. So, for example, you have an internship in the update of the instrumentation equipment design for database of a nuclear island for 𝗀𝗏𝗃, important electricity supply in France. You have this, scheduling, construction management and coordination, a planning engineer for the underground network in Paris. So really, again, very large connection to the corporate entities around us.
Okay, thank you very much. It's very interesting and appealing. And you can see that all the classes are really relevant, concrete, and that you will experience many things during the internships. So it's not theoretical education, it's a real concrete education to change the world, to bring your ideas, to get the technical background, scientific background, to make things better for the climate or water management. And you can experience all that during your study in laboratories and companies. You will receive the slides by email, of course, but you can also put your email in the chat. Like that, I am sure you will get it. And now we are going to hear, no. I'm sorry, the best of the presentation.
It's true. There's a last slide for me, at least, for a career prospects, indeed, where we have, 100% of our students who found either a PhD or a job after their graduation with an average gross salary, which is 40 kilo euros. So very good average salary. So 2 examples of the jobs you might find as project manager or instrumentation engineer. There's a very, very large number of other possibilities for you.
Okay, so it was the most important. So what you do your studies to find a job after. Alice will explain you how, as an international student, you can get a visa to stay in France and to work, and also then some specificities, like in India, you can stay 5 years if you are Indian students in France after your graduation. We will see this administrative part after, but the good news is that all students who went to this program, they all have a job, and the job of their dream. There is no students who have a job by because they did not find something they wanted to do. So thank you very much, Frédéric. And now we are going to hear Léon, who is one of our students, and explain his day-to-day life here.
Yes, so hello from my side also. As already said, like, I'm 𝗀𝘂𝗶𝗃𝗃𝗏. I'm an international student here from Germany in the M1 year here at Centrale. Next slide.
Okay.
I was born in Berlin in 2000, where I also graduated from school, where I did the 𝗂𝗏, which is kind of interesting. That means I graduated in German and in French, so that's why I already had like a closer relation to France. So there was like always a reason for me to choose a master degree or maybe a bachelor degree in France. So after my graduation, regarding to my background, I did a bachelor degree in biomimetics at the Westphalian University of Applied Science in Germany, which is an engineering degree more focused on trying to solve technical problems with the help of the living nature. And then currently in the environmental track of the complex systems engineering master here at Centrale Méditerranée. I'm doing this slightly special program in cooperation with the 𝗀𝘂𝗁𝗄𝗃 𝗂𝗄𝗄, as it was already told. So I'm doing the first year here at Centrale in the environmental track, and the second year, so apart from September, I'm moving to Nice to do the master for engineers for smart cities, where you can also apply for once you're here if this is something that interests you. So you either have like even more possibilities once you're here. On top, which was really nice for me, I was chosen for the Tiger Master Excellence Scholarship this year, which is like a scholarship you automatically apply when you apply for the master, which helps you with 10,000 euros and a reservation in a cruise residence for international students, like and their first education here in France. So this is really nice plus point to the master, but Alice is going to tell you more about this one later. Yeah, so coming to the life at Centrale, the courses like I have from day to day are mostly held by professors, but it was also said that we have like a huge amount of for example, research or engineers coming from industry who are also teaching about their special field. So you get like an insight of a wide range of topics throughout all the master, which is quite interesting. Then the internships. I already did my winter internship, was for example in 𝗊𝗶𝗶𝗃 with 𝗊𝗵𝗹𝗃𝗃𝗏 to get like this more of a dive into research, and then the summer internship, as it can also be in a company, to get like into the working life a bit. Then what's also nice is the Nice trip, for example. What we did last year, this is to visit the Nice campus and also the 𝗊𝗵𝗹𝗶, which was for me especially quite nice because I already saw my new campus for the next year. And we also had like a small visit of the Park Phoenix, for example, where we had like a huge variety of plants and animals around with a nice guided visit with all the other students. So yeah, I think coming to another, or like the biggest advantage next to the studies is like the international relations. So I'm in a small group of international students, for example, from Italy, Chile, Mexico, Colombia, Lebanon, Morocco. And of course, as we hear in French, and we have many French engineering students, you also have some French connections. But it's like really, for me, it was really nice to get in touch more with other students, because I studied in a very small town before in Germany, which was sometimes a little bit frustrating, not being around many people, and they were more like, yeah, just occupying about the life they had before, and now you get like into contact with many more cultures, and it's really nice to be that open to this one. Yeah, regarding the accommodation, I live in La Joliette, which is like a really nice quartier in Marseille next to the sea. So I'm directly between like a really nice shopping center and the Cathédrale de la Major. That's why it might be a bit more expensive. It's like I live alone in a small apartment. That's why I pay around 800 euros. But normally, most of my friends here are in colocation, in flat shares. For example, in Saint-Avenue and 𝗊𝗵𝗹𝗃𝗏, which are also like really nice residential quartiers. So they pay a bit less, around 400 to 600. But as I also said, for example, with the 𝗊𝗃𝗏 scholarship, you get this cruise reservation. There are multiple residences around Marseille, where you will definitely find an accommodation which is between 200 and 300 euros, so much more affordable. Yes. So coming to the last point I want to talk about, it's of course the other benefits of being in Marseille. Of course, you also come here for the city, which is with being a coastal city in the south of France with all these nice weather and the sea next by, like a really nice experience you can have. For example, for me as a German guy living in a big city, having not much water around, very cold weather all the time. So for me especially, it was really nice. And yeah, you have many opportunities to go out during day or during night. Like there are many nice museums, a lot of history, cafes, bars, or even clubs for the night, where you should of course watch out a bit. It's better to stay in groups and like stay in the safer parts of Marseille. But in the internet, Marseille is treated a bit worse than it really is. So the image changed much over the years, and it's really agréable here in Marseille. Even my parents like it. And
Even your parents.
even my parents. And they were a bit scared before, but like now they really like it because the people are very open compared to Nice, for example, which the people are a bit more closed. So they were really happy. And so if you join this master, I suggest you to use every chance you get to jump into the sea, because you never know when it's going to be the next time, and discover like the nature around with the 𝗃𝗏 or the 𝗃𝗏𝗏𝗃, which you can of course also see on my pictures. Yeah, so that was for me. Thank you. And
thank you, Léon, for this presentation. Yes, Marseille is a big city. This is the second town in France. It's very international because it's a port. So many people from many nationalities. And I can tell you, I travel a lot, but in Marseille, there is a special atmosphere where people are talking all together. There are no boundaries between people, all between nationalities. Everybody is around. And it's very nice compared with other cities where people stay in their area. In Marseille, there is a mix of people that is very enriching. And the image of the town is worse than the town itself. So it's a very beautiful town. Thank you, Léon. So you can connect with Léon on LinkedIn. There is his profile, the link of his profile on the slide I will send you, and also on LinkedIn, on the event, on the emails you received. And it's always interesting to talk without the administrative people around if you have questions to ask you. So now we are going to hear to Camila.
Well, hello everyone. As I told you, my name is Camila. I come from Argentina. You can see there on the map that I come from really far away. Concerning my background, I studied chemical engineering in the University of Buenos Aires. Thanks to a partnership between my university and Centrale Marseille at that time, now it's Centrale Méditerranée, I had the opportunity to come to Marseille and to pursue the master in complex system engineering, the environmental track, between 2021 and 2023. If you ask me why I decided to do this, not only I have always wanted to come to Europe and to see how life was here, but also my career in Argentina, chemical engineering or process engineering, it was very focused on the petrochemical energy. The industry over there, it's very big. Even though there are some other energy production methods, this one is the main one. And so my career was very focused on that. And on the other side, I wanted to focus more on renewable and more environmentally friendly forms of this energy production, because energy production was really the main topic I was interested in. And so luckily I found this master that was very much focused on this aspect. So that's why I came here. And if we go to the next slide, what I wanted to present you was, as Léon has already talked about, student life. I mean, in my case, it was also amazing, but I wanted to focus more on internships and how they helped me to find a job here afterwards. So if you see the timeline of my master, you can see 2 years. Concerning my first internship, I will answer the question later, but you can contact me on LinkedIn, no problem, for any question. And so for the first internship, as you have been told, we have to do a lab internship, which I decided to do in the lab that is called 𝗀𝗃, the one that is mainly focused sorry, I don't have the words. It's been a long time I haven't talked in English because I now work in French. But exactly. Also, I had the opportunity to work there for 2 months, and I had to study the performance of a hydropower turbine. It was interesting because I got the opportunity to know how researchers work, because I didn't know this word. And so we had some practical part, and then of course a theoretical one where I have to write a kind of report. And so it was very, very interesting. And then afterwards, the second company internship, second internship, I decided to do it in a company. Even though you have been told that you have to do it for 2 months, I decided to extend it and to work for 3 months. That means I didn't really have many holidays, but on the other hand, companies here in France, they are obliged to pay a salary if you work more than 2 months. So in my case, as I didn't have a scholarship at the moment, I decided to work a little bit more and to have a salary. It was like the minimum, but anyway, at that moment, I was very, very happy. So I earned around 600 euros per month. And also, as I told you, I was already interested in the energy production sector. And at that time, being already in France, I had discovered that nuclear energy was like the main topic and the sector I wanted to follow. So at that time, I was very, very focused on finding an internship that was already in the nuclear sector. Luckily, here in Marseille, as I will explain you, Marseille is a very, very good region for this because there are many companies that work in the nuclear sector, not only for energy production, but also on research. There is a huge project that is called ITER or ITER. You can Google it. It's extremely interesting and important for the future of the world. So this first internship, it was a great opportunity to get to know thank you, Veronique, to get to know how life is in a company. I mean, I have never worked before, so it was great. And so, I mean, I was decided to follow this path. So for the last internship, the thesis one, I was already focused on these aspects. And also the school, we haven't told you, but there are many, many associations that goes from literally beer production to some more economics analysis. And there is one association in particular, which is called 𝗃, that organizes a forum each year here in Marseille in a very big place where many, many companies that are partners of Centrale Méditerranée come mainly to find interns for different internships and maybe for jobs later. So thanks to this forum that I had to the one I attended, I got the opportunity to talk some people from 𝗬𝗏. This company, you can also Google it. It's a very, very big company in France. It's the main electricity production company here, and mainly related to nuclear energy. Here in France, nuclear energy is like the main energy production sector in France. So, not only I was already interested in this sector, but being here in France, this was a very big opportunity to work afterwards. So I was very, very lucky to find an internship in this company because many people apply. But thanks to this forum, I got to speak to these people directly. And that's how I think I got the opportunity a little bit easily. So as I told you, nuclear, it's one of the many, many forms of energy production that we see in the master. We also study a lot renewable energies, all of them. So, as you know, this last internship, it was also paid. I had a very good salary for an internship of around 100 to 1,200 euros. And then the internship was great. I was very happy with my team. Here, also people in Marseille or in the south of France in general, they are very, very friendly, even though I'm not from here. So I wanted to stay. And also you need to know that thanks to the fact that Centrale Méditerranée is a very good engineering school in France, salaries in this company, and I know in some others also, it's not everyone like this, but in this company it is. The salary depends directly on the engineering school you have attended. it's kind of weird. You don't have to negotiate. It's kind of given, but for me it was good because this school is very very well known here in France. So I can tell you that, I mean, right when I was taken to work right after school, I already have a salary of around 42 K. So I mean, this is a very good salary here, and there are so many advantages. Like for example, in this company, as we produce electricity, there is like a very big advantage where we pay almost nothing for electricity. So well, I'm trying to do some propaganda, but maybe for my company. But I mean, I wanted to say that, I mean, thanks to the school, I have a very good salary and it's directly related. So can go to the next slide, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, because time is passing.
Yeah, I know. I will finish. So I mean, this is the same things that Leon has said. The school is great. There are many international students. French people are very very nice. The weather is incredible. I mean, it couldn't be better. And there are many opportunities for the future in this region. So, I mean, don't hesitate. It's a very good choice. And again, if you want to contact me, no problem for any question. Uh, my LinkedIn is somewhere. I will write it.
Yes, your
Thank you.
LinkedIn is in the slide and everybody will receive it. So thank you. Thanks a lot, Camila. We see that this program is fun to do, interesting, not only fun, but very interesting. It's a hardworking program also. Huh? Don't see always the see, students are working hard. But then you can find have a very good professional experience through internships and find a very good job here in France. But also, as Alice will explain you, with your graduate, your degree, your master degree, you can find a job in other countries, European countries, in the Schengen area. So now let's thank you, Camila, again for your involvement and to talk about your experience. And Alice is going to explain you everything to apply, and then we will have a question and answers. So maybe some slides will be read very quickly in order to adjust to your personal questions.
Hello, everybody. So I am Alice. I am the program manager for the graduate school. So first question is who can apply to this master? So you have to have a strong background in sciences, but if you have a strong background in sciences, basically you can apply. You can apply either for the M1 or for the M2, depending on your background. So if you are undergraduate, so if you have a bachelor's degree, you can apply for the first year of the master, which is called the M1. But if you already have a M1 validated, you can directly apply for the M2 for the second year of the master. So how to apply? In order to apply to this master, you will have to connect to 𝗊𝗇𝗏. 𝗊𝗇𝗏 is an online application for Centrale Méditerranée. You basically will have to create an account and to fill some information and documents. And then we will process with your application. If you need help with 𝗊𝗇𝗏, you will have to consult the FAQ on the 𝗊𝗇𝗏 website and to read the user guide in the 𝗊𝗇𝗏 help section. But if you need any additional information on 𝗊𝗇𝗏, feel free to contact us on the email written down on the screen. I remind you, or I inform you, that the application deadline is June 1st. And so regarding the schedule for the application and the registration, so as I said, before June 1st, you will have to apply online on 𝗊𝗇𝗏. And if you are an international non-European student, you will have to apply on Études en France, but I will talk about that later. If you are a student from a partner coming from a double diploma or Erasmus, you will have to apply on mobility online. If you are pre-selected, you will have an interview with the jury just after your application, and you will receive a letter of acceptance or refusal, but it will be acceptance if your background is okay. Then in June, there will be a final admission jury, and this admission jury will deliver the Tiger Scholarship. And from June to July, if you are selected, you will have to register online and to pay your fees, or at least the first installment if you choose to pay by installments. In August, you will arrive in Marseille, and the last week of August, you will attend the Welcome Week for international students. And early September will be the kickoff of the master and the beginning of the courses. So I will do a quick focus for the international students regarding Campus France, which is a governmental organization responsible for promoting French higher education around the globe. So I advise you to connect to the Campus France space for your home country, and you will find useful information about studying and living in France, but also about possibility of scholarships, about accommodation, and more important, about the visa process. Because if you are a non-European student living in one of the countries covered by Études en France, you will also have to apply via Études en France, via the Études en France platform. So it's very important to understand that if you are a non-European student, you have to carry out this procedure in addition to the 𝗃𝗏𝗏𝗏 application. Because in the end, if you are selected on the master, it will be useful to get your visa. So how much does it cost? The master's fees for the domestic and European students is 6,750 euros per year, and for non-European students is 10,379 euros per year. There is a 50% discount for the students coming from our partners' institution or from the Mediterranean network for engineering schools. So these fees include the master's tuition fees defined by ministerial decree each year, plus 6,500 euros of training fees. Those training fees are not eligible for exemption for social grant holders or French government grant holders. So for instance, if you have a Campus France scholarship, you are exempted from the national master's tuition fees, but you will have to pay the training fees of 6,500 euros, the training fees. So. And as I said, before, you can ask for payment in installments, but you have to pay your first installment of the whole amount of your tuition fees before the end of July in order to register to this master and in order to get your visa also. Mm-hmm. So it's very important. Regarding scholarships, so as Léon told you, there is the 𝗊𝗃𝗃𝗏 scholarships for academic excellence that is available for the biomedical, and the environmental track. So it's a 10,000 euros per year scholarship, and we reserve a room in a cruise residence for you. So it's a scholarship based on the academic results. And as Léon told you, if you apply for the master, you apply for the 𝗊𝗃𝗃𝗏 scholarship. It's important to note that 𝗊𝗃𝗃𝗏 scholarship awardees are not exempted from paying tuition fees. And if you are a holder of a 𝗊𝗃𝗃𝗏 scholarship, first of all, you have to pay your tuition fees, and then you will receive your 𝗊𝗃𝗃𝗏 scholarship. It's important to note that. There is also a scholarship, which is a social grant basically for European students. And if you want to find out about other financial supports, like French government scholarships or foreign government scholarships, I strongly advise you to connect to the Campus France website for your home residence. And there is also the CAF, which is an allowance for accommodation you can ask for once you arrive in Marseille. Regarding accommodation, so Léon talked about that. The only thing I want to add, which is an important thing, is that Centrale Méditerranée, does not have its own student residence. So it's up to you to find your housing in Marseille. So I urge you to look for your housing as soon as you are admitted to the program. And there is several possibilities. As Léon told you, there is also the 𝗬𝗏 platform. Centrale Méditerranée has an agreement with this online platform, and you will find exclusive offers for you and personalized support in English. So it's important to know. So you can benefit from it as soon as you are admitted to the program. We talked about the average cost of living. It's around 700 and 800 euro per month, depending on the amount of your rent. And as Camilla told you, if you do an internship of more than 2 months, you get paid. And so it's like 600 euros per month if you do your internship in the lab. And there is an average of 1,100 euros per month for the students of the master for an internship in a company. And as Véronique told you, as an international student, you can ask to stay for 1 year in France in order to find a job. And also, if you want to work during your studies, you can find a student job, but you have to know that the master is a pretty much intense master. You have a lot of class, so it's possible, but it's intense. And to finish, I want to focus on the welcome week for international students. It's a pretty much important week for you, which is organized by a student association. As I told you, it's the last week of August. It's not compulsory, but I strongly advise you to attend this week if you are selected for the master, because you will get to meet other international students and you will get help with your settling in the process, for instance, to open a bank account, to start to find an accommodation or anything to shop in Marseille. You will have visits of Marseille and a welcome party, and you will have your first French language class courses. So I really, really insist on the fact that it's not compulsory, but it's really important to attend. So thank you for your attention. And if you have any question, you can ask them using your mic or in the chat.
Yeah, we are going to ask people to put their mic and video on. So thank you very much, Alice. So now you know everything about the program, what you will do during the program, the kind of job you can get after the program, and how to get in. So would you have any question? I'm going to stop to share my screen. For those who are joining, please put your email address in the chat so you can be sure to receive the slides after this webinar, and the link also for the replay. And would you have any question, please open your mic, your video, and feel free to enter the discussion.
So maybe I can start, because sometimes students ask us whether it's their responsibility or the schools to find the lab and the company internships. So it's up to you to find your internship, but as Frédéric told you, we have a broad network of labs and companies in which previous students made their internship before. So we provide you with this list, and we also provide you with internship offers from our partner companies and labs.
So Kwasi, welcome. We're just about to finish. Do you have any question about the life, about Michael? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Michael, for your email. Do you have any question about your profile? If you want to share something, explain us which country you are coming from, your background also, in which degree you are. what kind of job you are seeking, what kind of administrative question about after graduation, how can I stay in Europe for 1, 2, or more years? Is the Schengen area strict or not? Would you have any question? Please open your mic. We are here to listen to you.
Anyway, if you don't have any question today, or if you think about something after, you can write us an email and we will answer as soon as possible.
Je vais le remettre dans le chat.
Yeah.
Le email, c'est MS.
I will write it down.
Ouais, c'est mieux que toi, tu le fasses.
Yeah, then we'll have some question and has Hassani also. So
yes, please, Hassani, open your mic and ask your question. Oh, how many texts are there? Okay, Centrale Méditerranée is a grande école. International students can access to the cruise. And if I am not wrong, Alice will correct me. There is only one intake per year. It will be in September. As you heard, the deadline for applying is June 25, so 1st of June of this year, but everybody begin at the same time in September.
So is mechanical engineering a good background for the environmental track?
Please, Mr. or one of the professors will...
Yeah, I think that generally it's a very good background for the teaching you will follow. There's a large part of fluid mechanics, especially in the second year. And well, we have the idea that the first semester especially, is designed to complete your background in what's necessary for the following. So yes, I would say that mechanical engineering is a good background.
Okay, and so yes, Centrale Méditerranée is a grande école, and yes, international students get access to cruise. It depends on what, maybe you should specify your question, because you can have a room in cruise if you are an international student. You can also have access to the cruise restaurant, but it's more difficult to get a cruise scholarship if you are an international student.
And I have to say, it's a public.
Yeah, cruise is public. Public yeah. Grande école, okay. I was thinking that cruise is a public, public residence, student dorms. So we have a question from Hassani, you're a student bachelor degree, fundamental life and earth sciences, chemistry, biology, geology. Wow, okay. I would like to ask, being admitted, okay, in Benin, France is official. Okay, it's about your level of English. So let's...
regarding your background, we can't say now during the webinar, but if you send us your CV by email, I will forward it to the teachers, and they will tell you if you can apply or not, or you can apply on e-candidate, and you will know pretty soon. But regarding the level in English, it's important that you have a B2 level in English at least in order to follow the courses, because all the courses are in English. So you can, if French is the official language in Benin, and if you are fluent in French, you will be able to have English courses, yes. What are the criteria for scholarships? It depends on the scholarship. If you are talking about the Tiger Scholarship, which is managed by our school, it's excellence criteria, and you have to be an international student, and you have to register in the French higher education for the first time. But for the other scholarships, it depends on the scholarships.
You need also, you can ask also your Campus France, because depending on the country, there are some grants between France and the country, and specific scholarships. Not in all, but we know that each country has negotiation with the French government to get some fees or scholarship from the French Ministry of Education. And also sometime in your own country, there are some helps to help students to go and study abroad. So this is a one-to-one inquiry to know about the scholarships that are specific for you. The only thing you will have in France for sure is the accommodation from the CAF. So the French government will give you between 150 and 200 euros per month to help you for your accommodation. It's not a scholarship for the studies. It's just a help from the government to help students, they are French, European or non-European, to pay their accommodation. Otherwise, you need to inquire by your own, with your own profile, what can you have.
So
the email address. Okay.
Asani, I wrote the email address in the chat. So it's MScT CSE. You will find it in the chat or on our website. Thank you, Camilla, which is leaving us because she has work.
I have to work. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, Asani.
So thank you, everybody. So you will receive, of course, the slides, the replay, and also all the procedures to apply online in the email. So don't worry, you will get the information. You will have also the profiles of all the participants, Alice, Olivier, Frédéric, Minnie, Léon, and Camilla. So would you have any more questions, please feel free to connect on LinkedIn. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.